Hi there, it's David Young, the Resourceful Coach, and what we're going to look at today, we're going to sort of play the 17th hole here at Corinthians Golf Club. It's a 200-yard par 3. We're going to do what I call one of my 12 shots of golf scenarios. I'm going to look at some data. And it's really important. The data for me made a massive difference because mentally it gets me in the right place when I'm playing. And what's important to understand, what we're going to talk about initially, is I always think you probably get 3 results on a golf shot. Okay? So let's look at this hole. It's a 200-yard par 3. For me, as a scratch golfer, okay, professional golfer, this is a hole I would score on average 3.3. So just to understand what that means. So 70% of the time I will par this hole, 30% of the time I will bogey it. Just because I'm a scratch golfer, I'm not going to par every golf hole. Okay, that's the important thing to understand. I've done it once in my life, played in a Pro-Am at Felixstowe years ago, and I made 18 consecutive pars. It's a one-off. It's a Nick Faldo round, what he did to win the Open back in 1987, I think, when he won it. He had 18 straight pars. So we know that doesn't happen. And the longer the hole, the harder it becomes relative to the par. As soon as we really go over about 150, 160, I'm going to start bogeying this hole sometimes. So 200 yards, it's a 30% chance I'm going to bogey it. So what would be a par shot? What would be a good shot? Par shot would be around about 50 feet from the hole. So that's my first result. If I can do that every time, I'm playing to my level. So mentally, as the resourceful coach, we talk about the different things I need you to get. Data is so important. Know your level. Okay? Then I could get a second result. I could do better than that. I could end up in a position where I could end up closer than that. Best shot I've probably played from 200 yards. I've put it inside a flag stick length, 4 or 5 feet away from the hole. So it could be anywhere between that and the 50 feet. So any of those 2 results, 50 feet or better, I should be really happy with the result. And then you're going to get worse. That happens. I might put it in the bunker. I might end up short. I might go long. I might completely duff it. I might put it in the trees. That's golf. So what we're going to look at a little bit today as well with that data is we're going to look a little bit also at what happens if it does go wrong. What do I mentally do? Okay, and that's really important. We're going to talk about that. So I'm going to hit a tee shot. We'll see what we get as a result. If it is a good result, great. And we'll talk you through then on average what that now gives me the opportunity to score. If it's not so good, okay, we'll look at that. But regardless of whether I hit a good or a bad one, we're going to create a bad result and talk you through the data and understand now from that position on average what should I do. And that's for me as a scratch golfer. Okay, so let's play the hole. Let's go down there. As I said, 200 yards, a little bit of wind here today. Okay, nice sunny day, but we're coming into autumn now. So the ground getting a little bit softer. So I know I can throw this really all the way up there. Go back a couple of months ago, very dry summer we had here. I could probably hit an iron out to run down there, but now need to hit my hybrid. So always thinking about the shot that I want. Always looking to play that shot within 4 or 5 feet. That's the intention. But remember what we said. If we end up 50 feet or better, be happy with that result. So really anywhere on that green's a good result. Okay, we struck it nicely. Going a little bit towards the right side of the green. We might hang on. And we're okay. We're on the green. We'll go down and have a look at it. We're going to talk about the data of where that's ended up and has that gained me anything, or have I done pretty much what I meant to do? But then we'll create maybe a couple of scenarios where I didn't get a good result, and then how mentally I would deal with that. But let's go down to the green and have a look. So we've come down to where the tee shot was. Very happy. Any shot on this side. If I play a 200-yard par 3, I hit the green, I'm very happy. Even as a professional golfer, really happy with that result. But let's see how far we're away from the hole. Let's pace it out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 paces. So we're looking around about just under 35 feet. So I'm about 15 feet closer than on average I would be as a scratch golfer. And what that's changed with my data is I've gone from a 3.3 hole now to around about a 3.1, 3.2. So I've gained about 0.1, 0.2 of a shot. Basically what it means now is I'm probably going to 2-putt this now closer to 80 to 90% of the time. Remember, I was going to par it only 70% of the time. So I've gained a little bit on that side. So that just shows us what the tee shot has done, okay? But what would happen is, all right, let's just check that. We've got the bunker over to our side. What if it had ended up in the bunker? Let's go and have a look at that look at the shot I've got there and how that would change the data and how that would change the mindset. Obviously here I'm very happy, but if I'd ended up over there, we're only talking 20 feet to the right of where I'm standing now, and I'm now in a greenside bunker. Let's go and have a look at the data and look at how mentally I've got a challenge to myself to get that result that I want. So here's that second result we could get. We've ended up in the greenside bunker. Let's go straight into that data. So we're looking at now a 2.8 shot from this position. Okay, so that means on average now it's going to take me 3 shots to get down 80% of the time, and only 20% of the time I'm going to get down in 2. So we've played a shot to get here. It's a 2.8 shot. That means now on average I'm going to take 3.8. So that has pretty much increased the chance I'm going to shoot a shot more on this hole. But the key thing, what I say to golfers is, you're never going to play a perfect round. Okay, I played a game yesterday and I put some balls in positions. It's the challenge of the next shot. It's the fun of the next shot. If I can suddenly get this back in play to within 4 or 5 feet of the hole, then I've given myself about a 50-50 chance I'm going to get out of here with my par. Remember, it was only a 70% chance I was going to par it on the tee box. So we're sort of learning as we're going along. Yeah, mentally, don't beat yourself up. Don't walk into this bunker and think, oh, why am I in here? Why have I played such a bad tee shot? It's not that bad. I mean, if you are physically an 18 handicap golfer and you've put the ball here with 1 shot, this is a hole you're going to average. You're going to bogey pretty much every time. You can get this out of the bunker 2-putt. You've done what you're meant to do. So you shouldn't be angry. Okay, that's really, really important. What I did as a junior golfer, fortunately, when I went to my first pros job, the pro I worked with got me to realize, you put it there, deal with it, but have fun executing the next shot. And as I gradually changed that mindset from being probably an angry golfer to now the fun of getting this up and down, it transformed my game. And that's what I want you guys to do. Look at it and feel the fun. How, again, if you get this up and down, or at worst, if you're an 18 handicap golfer, you get it down in 4, your playing partners think they're going to gain something on you. They haven't really gained anything. Okay, so it's the fun of it. What would be a par shot from here? Well, about 15 feet for a scratch golfer. Okay, because remember, now this is a 2.8 shot. 1.8 would be about 15 feet. A putt that I would hold maybe 1 in 5 as a scratch golfer. 4 out of 5 I'd miss. So let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can play this shot and see what result we get. Can we get it inside that 15 feet? That means we're doing what we're meant to do from here. If we can get it within 4 or 5 feet, we've gained back what we lost by hitting into this position. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the camera being that far back isn't going to see that result. It's ended up about 2.5 feet away. But because I didn't beat myself up, I didn't get frustrated that I was here, I've then executed a good shot. I might get out of here with my 3 still. Brilliant. Remember, back on the tee, 70% chance I was going to make a par. It went down to only 20% chance, but then we've played a shot way better than average. So on this occasion, we made up for it. So what I want you to look at when you look at these different shots, we're going to create one more, which is even worse than this position, okay, and understand what would be a good result from that position, but realize, yeah, you're not going to hit perfect shots all the time. Start to use some of my data, even the professional golfers' data, to realize that's okay. Get it on the green, that will be good. Let's create one more really bad position, what we call more of a recovery position, and see what I would do from that place. So here's our third result, what I call the recovery position. And again, I've not missed the target. You can see the green is there. I've only missed the target by probably 15 yards to the left. Look at the ball, right behind the tree. I've got no shot. So the important thing now is not to try and be greedy. I get people who still try and aim towards the flag. Well, the tree's right in the way. So let's go through the data. The data is this is a 3.3 shot. Now, think about what we were on the tee. On average, it's going to take me the same amount of shots to get in the hole from the tee box as it now is from here. So what would be a par shot? Anywhere on that green, 50 feet. Just get it out there. And all I say to golfers in this position, don't make the problem worse. And what I mean by that is don't try and do something fancy and end up fluffing the shot and then taking another shot. The way I look at it, I've hit the ball here. I learn from that and think, okay, I deserve a 4 now. Can I get out of here with a 4? If I can get this on the green, I mean, I can go that way, but it's going to go to the bunker. So again, take your time. That way's the fat part of the green. Best I'm probably going to do is get this within about 30 feet. So I've just got a pitching wedge, and we're just looking to pop it onto the green. Onto the green there. Anything on there will do. Even that, look, just hit it a little bit firm. It's gone right to the other side. But I'm around that 45, 50 feet away. But I've given myself that chance. I should still two-putt that 70% of the time. So we've shown you 3 different scenarios. We're on a 200-yard par 3. It's a 3.3 hole for me. Keep saying it. 70% of the time I'm going to par this hole, 30% time bogey it. The original tee shot brought me down to probably 90% chance I was going to par it. When I went in the bunker, all of a sudden now there's only about a 20% chance. And from this position, it's gone to 0. It's actually a 30% chance now I'm going to double bogey it. So the importance is look at the shot, assess the shot, and take on the challenge of the shot. That's what I've learned to do. And in doing that, I very rarely now make double bogeys, because I'll get in this position, think, oh, I'll do this, that, and I'll just think middle of the green, two-putt it, move on. So that's a little bit looking at how you may get different results on a golf hole. Good, slightly bad, terrible. But at the end of it, I've probably walked away with 2 3s and a 4. Okay, because I didn't get upset. I just focused on the next shot and played it to the best of my ability and dealt with the shot in front of me. Don't get angry. Angry golfers never do well. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's one of my 12 shots of golf, going through some data. Go back and look at my other 12 shots of golf videos. There's about 8 to 10 of them out there, and they go through how to break 80, how to break 90. You can look at how you can start to develop the skills at different areas of the game. If you have enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you soon.